Granville Oral Roberts was born on January 24, 1918, in a poor sharecropper's cabin near Ada, Oklahoma, the youngest of 5 children in a Pentecostal holiness family. His father was a struggling preacher and farmer. As a teenager, Oral developed tuberculosis, a deadly disease at the time. By age 17, he was coughing blood, bedridden, and given little hope by doctors. He weighed under 100 pounds and could barely breathe. In 1935, during a crisis moment, his family carried him to a healing meeting. There, a local minister prayed for him. Oral later described feeling a burning sensation through his body, followed by a sudden rush of strength. He stood up, breathed freely for the first time in months, and began to eat normally. He testified that God had healed him completely. No more tuberculosis, no lingering weakness. This personal miracle became the foundation of his lifelong belief in divine healing. Oral married Evelyn Lutman in 1938, and they pastored small churches in Oklahoma. But he felt restless, preaching without seeing the power he read about in the Bible. In 1947, while pastoring in Enid, Oklahoma, he experienced what he called a divine call. He described a vision where God spoke to him. "Take my healing power to your generation. Bring healing to the sick, deliverance to the oppressed, and salvation to the lost. If you will do this, I will make your name known around the world." He resigned his church, bought a tent, and launched traveling healing crusades. Starting small, the meetings grew rapidly. Crowds filled stadiums and auditoriums. Oral emphasized seed faith, planting faith like a seed through prayer, giving, and expectation, and taught that God wanted people whole in every way. One of his most famous early miracles came in the late 1940s. A boy named James who had been in leg braces since birth due to polio. During a service, Oral prayed, laid hands on him, and the boy walked without braces for the first time. Photos and testimonies spread, drawing thousands more. By the 1950s, Oral pioneered televangelism. His weekly TV program, broadcast from huge tents or auditoriums, showed live prayer lines where people testified to being healed of cancer, blindness, deafness, and paralysis. He called it a front row seat to miracles. In 1955, he held a major campaign in Johannesburg, South Africa, during apartheid, preaching to integrated crowds despite opposition. Oral faced criticism. Some called him a showman or questioned claims, but he built a massive ministry. In 1963, he founded Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with the motto, "Raise up your students to hear my voice, to go where my light is dim, to heal the sick." The campus featured a 200-foot prayer tower shaped like praying hands. In 1987, he made headlines with a controversial fundraising appeal. He said God told him that if he didn't raise $8 million for the university, God would call him home. The funds came in, but it drew intense scrutiny. Oral Roberts died on December 15, 2009, at age 91. He had preached to millions, prayed for countless people, and influenced the charismatic and prosperity movements. His son Richard continued parts of the ministry. Oral Roberts saw himself not as a celebrity but as God's instrument in a healing revival. He often said, "Expect a miracle." His life, from a dying boy in Oklahoma to a global voice for faith healing, stood as testimony to his conviction that God still works powerfully today through ordinary people who obey a divine call.